Okay, so we're going to get started on this 221 today. I have been thinking about this locomotive. I thought about maybe getting the decals and redoing that tender to make it have the New York Central lines and stuff, but I'm thinking about just leaving it alone now. But we're going to clean it up, check the brushes, clean the brushes. I did get some new eccentrics to replace these that are messed up. The other one's broke. So we're going to go on ahead and get started on this one today. Alright, so this locomotive, as you can see, it's in pretty good shape as far as how it runs. Runs really well. It is missing an eccentric on this side. I did order some, so I've got those. This side is bent really bad, and I'm thinking it's out of time. And it keeps hitting this side rod, and it just keeps bending it more and more and more. But we're going to go ahead and get this thing took apart real quick. Seems like a pretty simple locomotive, not a lot going on. Got a screw here and a screw here for the wheels. Okay. That's kind of funky made. Well, how does it come out of there? Oh, there it goes. Sure, that's going to be fun to put back. Like, how does that even come off? Oh, there it goes. Wasn't holding it right. Okay. Looks like it's got the typical pin you got to drive out, I think. I'm not going to drive it out yet. I'm going to see how much movement we've got. Looks like it might just slide forward and fall out. I'm going to wait to find out about that. Of course, that's not a quarter. Sometimes a metric will fit these. And that's say 5.5 metric. Same thing for that one. Okay. So that's a metric. Really, it's probably I'm sure it's a standard of some sort. I just don't have it. Yeah, I'm thinking that was supposed to probably be on the other side that way. But the brushes look really good in there. I mean, you can see it right in there. It's really shiny. It don't really need much. Just more or less cosmetic. Get out of there. Give it back. Give it back. Quit eating your screws. There you go. Okay. Side rod don't want to come out. Ooh. I see now why it wasn't happy. That's bent. It also seems like it has a rivet holding it on from the back, so yay. Okay. Might as well pull that off over here. What is that? 5/30 seconds. Okay. Little bitty screw with a shoulder. Okay. Those don't come off. I don't like that, but they don't. At least, from what I can tell, they don't. Yeah, that ain't a very good thing. That's bent. So apparently it was dropped at some point. Alright, so I got both side rods loose. Now I'm going to pull this headlight thing. There we go. Pull that out. That's sheet metal and it's stamped in there. Something tells me I'm going to have to either unsolder that or tuck this under there. I don't know. There's a Phillips head screw up top. I don't know if that's an original screw or not. I figured it would have a tapered screw, but I don't know. Hard to tell. I mean, it looks old. Maybe it is. Okay. Let's slide forward. So there's that pin running here. Yeah, it'll come off. Good. Okay. Drop out. Okay. That long wire for the light clip. Might replace this wire because it does look pretty rough. I don't know. Here's the shell. Free. See those side rods? They got like a little rivet holding them on. So I probably can't get those off, which sucks, but what can you do? Nothing. You really don't need much, really and truly it don't. I'll check the condition of the brushes, but you can see that armature's shiny. It don't really need anything. Just a good cleaning and a good service and it's ready to go. It don't really need anything too crazy. Everything worked fine. The unit worked. It would stand to be oiled good though. You can see how stiff it is. Usually you can roll these back and forth. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pull these off. Alright, I got both side rods off. Now, I'm going to pull this just to make sure that the actual brushes are not sticking or anything's in there that'll mess them up. Because you don't want those to stick. That's a kind of a big deal if they stick. Someone's definitely had this off before because these aren't torqued. It's always neat when you take one off that's never been off before because it almost breaks the screw. It's so tight. A little dirty. Not a big fan of these with the spring on them. Yeah, it's a little dirty in there. It's black. And I might as well clean this while I'm here. I mean, it would have probably been okay, but since I'm here now, I might as well. Okay, I just got me a little bit of alcohol here in this little cup. And I think we'll start with this first, the brush plate. I might replace those brushes, I don't know yet. I've got some nice new ones. Oh, you can see that stuff. See, that right there will stick the brush in there. It'll make it sticky. This moves back and forth as it runs sometimes. It forces against those brushes. At least it does on marks. And if these brushes stick up inside of there when it does that, the spring ain't got enough pressure to push it back out. They'll quit running. It's always a good idea just to clean this stuff while you're here. Get that out of there. You gotta make it perfect or anything. Just you want to get as much of it out as you can. I think that's good enough. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there on that. It's pretty black, pretty dirty. It's mainly over to the edge though. You can get a fiberglass pencil and do this, but I don't have one. I keep forgetting to order me one, so Q-tips I have to do it, but I think we got that pretty good. About as clean as it's going to get. I'm going to get some new brushes and just compare them, see how long they are. And, I mean, those probably have plenty of life in them, but just because I'm here and I got them, I'm going to see. Okay, well, here's a new brush. Nope. Perfectly fine. Alright. Plenty of life left in those brushes. Okay. Clean them up, put them back. Clean brushes the same way I clean the brush plate with alcohol. Now, sometimes these little springs will come off, and it's a pain to put them back. This one is about to come off, so I'm going to try to slide it back on there. I just use my nail. And forgive me for my fingers being so dirty. These are actually pretty dirty to work on, believe it or not. My hands were clean when I started. These are supposed to be like a coppery color. The graphite in them. Oh, there's one. Cleaned up. I'll get the other one now. We'll put this thing back together. Okay, so I got both brushes cleaned good enough to go back. This is where it kind of gets difficult to put back together because you gotta put them in, and at the same time you gotta also remember which way it went. Sometimes, there we go. But I'd say sometimes they'll stick and it won't go back up in the hole. It'll catch it right on the side. I've been wanting one of these locomotives for a while. Been one of those things. Been seeing them on eBay, and they are expensive on eBay. They're like $150. I just don't see paying that money for something like this. And I mean, this one's not perfect. Like the decals are a little smudged, a little wore. But to me, I don't know. Doesn't bother me that bad. It ain't worth no $100, that's for sure. Okay. That's what you want to hear. You hear that? That's the sound of nice, clean brushes springing over the armature gaps. Okay, I'm going to pull this side off because I like to put a little grease in there. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to clean these wheels. Mainly the dust. I don't clean the wheel, I just clean the dust out of it. This is just an old dirty shoe brush. Just get in there and get that dust and debris out of these spokes. Do this before I oil it, that way I ain't got to worry about getting grease all over my brush. Alright, well that cleaned those wheels up, they look good. Still got some dirt in them, but I mean, the only real way to clean it would have to be soap and water and scrub it, and I don't want to do all that, so we took the easy way out. Okay, I like these a lot better than the ones after. These almost have like a bushing in here. I'm going to try to clean all this dust and stuff out. I wanted one of these, and I was going to paint it gray and put one of the more modern tenders with it and try kind of make my own 20th Century Limited, because that's kind of what these are mimicking. One of those Hudsons, like they used or had. That's sort of what these are. I did see a gray one on eBay, believe it or not, for $60. Heck, I was tempted to buy it. After I'd already had this one, I was tempted to get the gray one, just so I'd have both variations, but it's gone now. Someone done bought it. But hey, there's always another train show, hopefully, with another one. This one I got a pretty good deal, I think. Really, all these need to be took apart to get them clean. If it's been run in a carpet hair environment, it needs to be completely disassembled and cleaned and then put back together. That would be the only way to remove it. I don't think I'm going to grease this one. I've greased them in the past. I don't think I'm going to worry about it. I'll just get some grease and put on this gear and it'll get through it, so it'll be okay. I'll just oil that because it is a bushing. It's an actual bushing in there, in like a housing. I'm wanting to say there's fiber in here to keep it lubricated, but I don't know. Like a packing almost. So we'll just put a little bit of oil on that. I've started using engine oil, like actual car motor oil. That seems to work the best. I used to use 3-in-1 oil, and 3-in-1 oil is good, but it dries up. It goes away. And I can't get the screw back. But it dries up and goes away quick. And I don't like that. I want something that's going to stay in there for a while. I mean, I know they're old and everything, but I shouldn't have to keep oiling it every time I go to use it. Or run it. I got a 1666 gunmetal gray, and every time I'd go to run it, it'd be dry. What it is, it's wore out, so it acts a fool. Okay, so there's that done. Now we'll go ahead and oil it up. I got these little bottles. You can get these off of eBay, Amazon. They got a little silicone tip. I was using medical syringes and then just cutting the chip off of it where I couldn't stab myself. But the little plunger inside kept swelling up because they're not made for oil. I'm not going to use synthetic oil. And it wouldn't have done that, but I didn't. I just used regular old motor oil. Or 3-in-1 oil. And it would set up, make it swell up. There's 3 little points, or 2 little points. There's one here, and then there's one in between the wheels there. Okay. Probably going to clean these wheels also with some alcohol. Put just a little bit right there. Don't want to do too much. Contaminate those brushes again. Okay, now we're going to oil the axles. Look at this one's got enough wiggle I can slide it back and forth. I'm wanting to say I already did this, but I don't know if I did or not, so we're going to do it again. just in case I didn't. Okay. I don't think I did, because now it's freed it up a lot. If I can get in there or not, I don't know. Okay. And I see that one. I don't know if I can get any on it or not, but I can see it. Get in there. Okay. Okay, let's see if it is easy to roll. Yeah. A little. Not having to push down on it as hard. It's still got some resistance though. Yeah. It rolls a little easier. Okay. Good. Alright. Now it's got to grease the gears. And I'm thinking if I just put grease here, it'll get on all the wheels, and I just got to put some grease for the actual winding. I just use automotive grease. It's just a little bit that I had put in here. Let's get it on this little screwdriver. And we're just gonna keep putting grease on these gears. Okay, I think we got that greased pretty good. Now I'm gonna try to clean the rings, the little stainless or nickel plated wheel rings. And we're gonna do this in a fun way by hooking power to it. Alright, I'm sure that probably just slung grease out of the camera. And I'm going to clean those two while I'm at it. Could have replaced them because I've got some new ones. I don't know, they still got some life to give. I went on a parts buying spree. I got a lot of crap that I don't necessarily need, but I got it just to have it. And here we have it. One serviced Lionel motor. Ready to go. You can see the spread, mate. Ready to go. Alright, I figured we'd take a look at this tender. This is not the tender for the locomotive. It's like it, but it's not the one for it. The tender is, I'm thinking it's just sort of a pieced together mess. It's got what looks to be a pre-war chassis that somebody painted black with a post-war top. And I can't really show what I'm talking about, but you can kind of see it looks good. They did a good job, but it's not, this is not nicked up and this is. So it leads me to believe it's been repainted. And I can see some fingerprints right in here where the paint wasn't quite dry and they were like this with their thumb. But we're going to take it apart. I'm going to change these trucks. This truck here is pitted very bad. And I got a nicer one I'm going to throw on there. I'm also going to replace this. This is a pre-war piece. I got some of the short ones that'll go better with that locomotive. So the way these come apart, there's another telltale sign someone's been in here before. These aren't crimped. Someone twisted them and they're not supposed to be twisted. So we'll just untwist them. I was thinking about repainting this locomotive, painting it a gray, and then getting the decals. But this tender is not really and truly, it's not nice enough to use with the engine as is. If I repainted it. So I do have some nicer parts that I could probably put a good tender together with using this piece. Of course, I've also got a better whistle tender that I could put this piece on and make it better. And then just hunt for the correct whistling tender for this one. Or use that whistle tender. And then put this one up. I don't know. Yeah, there's the inside of it. It actually don't look half bad. We'll polish that and it'll look good. Yeah, I don't know if someone painted this or not. It sure does look awfully new or clean or dirty. If someone painted it. Of course, that don't mean anything. I don't know. Don't know. Now let's get these trucks off. Sometimes I can use these and spread it. Just like that. And then I can get this little bitty screwdriver and pop it off. Don't know why they added this washer. Guess that must have been loose. This is actually a good truck. Nothing really wrong with it. Thing works on it. It's got one of those side thumb tabs. So I'll probably put this one up and keep it for something else. Which I'm going to keep the other one too, but I'm not going to use it. I might fix this one with its pieces. I don't know. You can use these things over at least 2 or 3 times before they break. And when they break, they break. They're done. Yeah, that's a pre-war piece. This is a pre-war frame, because you can tell. It has the slide and it has the oval for the twist piece to go on. Yeah, this truck here looks good on this side. Not so good on this side. But it does have good wheels and axles. So I will definitely be using these parts to fix another one that's in better shape. Alright, we have everything disassembled. I just got to take everything in the house and give it a nice cleaning in the sink. And we'll be ready to go back, I guess, which is nice. I think I'm going to put these in the ultrasonic. Give them a good blasting. They've got they got that crap on the wheels. And this is just filthy. So we'll just run everything in the ultrasonic cleaner. Might even run these side rods in there too. Just to get the grease and the dirt off of them. That's a funky looking thing there. It's neat. Okay, so I cleaned everything up in the sink. Looks pretty good. This is a pre-war frame, I'm pretty sure. It's got the big holes. It's got the hole for the twist-on latch type couplers. But it doesn't really matter because it's all going to be wrong for this locomotive anyway. So we're just trying to make something out of pretty much nothing. But I got a nice set of staked trucks, which is what originally would be on a tender like this. So we're going to put this thing together. I did buy some of these new. These are brand new reproductions from, I think they were from trains.com. I got a couple of them. When you're ordering parts like that, it's always best just to get a bunch of stuff. That way you'll have it. If you know it's something you're going to use or need, just go on ahead and get it, because shipping will kill you on any savings. And I might have to do some modifying to this frame because it's made for those other type trucks. I don't know if I'll be able to get this on or not. Yeah, okay. How tight is that? It's not too bad. It's a little tight, but I think I can maybe put just a little drop of oil on it, and it'll be okay. But yeah, it is. It's pretty tight. It's tight because it's got these little things. I might have to take this back off and just hammer those flat. I think I'm going to do that. Oh, that's much better. Oh yeah, that did it. Okay. And for the back one, I got this washer. This actually was on the tender when I got it, so I'm going to go ahead and put this here to make up for the coupler difference. And this is also one of those magnetic throw couplers. Trying to keep it as period correct as I can, and it still be, at least appearance wise, it will look original. There we have it. The part's done. Now we're going to work on the shell, and it looks to me like this shell was bent right in here. I'm going to go ahead and just touch up where this paint's missing. Okay, I think that's good enough. Everything else will come out on its own. Now we're going to hit it with some magic, a little bit of shoe polish. So get all that rust to go away. I'm only going to do the top of it though, I'm not going to do the sides. Okay. Looks a whole lot better. It's still got a lot of polish on it though. But we're going to do the sides too. I'm going to try to not get it on the name because it will turn that name black. I have messed around and had that happen. So we're going to try to just get it right up to the name. That looks pretty good. That shined it up. We'll get it back together. I'll hit it with this this new one, and that'll get any excess. Now here's something I'm never quite sure of on these. Now this is the back, this is the front. But what's the back and the front on these? Now, if you think about how this is shaped, it's short right here. Now that could be where the coal ends, and this could be the back of the tender, or this could be where the coal ends and this could be the front of the tender. I don't know. I've seen them both ways, but if anyone out there has a real answer to which way these go, I would like to know that, because it seems like every time I put it on, it feels wrong. But I think realistically where these vents are, if it had the whistle would tell us where it really goes. I do have a whistle here. And it looks like it went like this, which would mean this would be back here. So I guess this is the front. Okay. So the whistle told us. Well, there it is. I just twisted those tabs back like they had them. I couldn't get them to bend. So I got that to bend, but I couldn't get the rest of them to want to bend. So this is pretty much done. All I've really got left to do is oil the trucks, which won't be a big deal to do, and then brush it with this brush, and it'll be ready to go. Okay, so I was thinking about just leaving this shell alone and then just maybe brushing the polish brush over it. But I think I'm going to try to touch up some of these chips just with a little bit of shoe polish or Sharpie marker and then shoe polish. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, get all these little chips touched up. And then we'll hit it with the brush and see what it looks like. Okay, so I got all those little spots touched up with a Sharpie marker. You can see where the purple was. So now we're going to hit it with the polish and see what that does. I'm just going to hit it a little bit of this. Try to watch those numbers because they'll come off. Okay, I think we got that good enough. We'll take our used one here. I have to take something to those whistles to get that black off of them. Okay, I think that looks pretty good, honestly. It got all the chips off the front. It's all black and shiny, so I say we're ready to go back together with this thing. I put these in the ultrasonic cleaner. Washed them in the sink. I think they turned out pretty good. So we'll go ahead and put all this stuff back on. I think that's how these went. It's not, that's how they're going. Okay, so we got the side rods put back on. Fixing to put this motor back in. If I remember correctly, it just sort of slid into place. Like that, yep. And then now there's a screw on the top. Side, yep, right there. And I thought that would have been a tapered screw, but I guess this was the original. If it's not, I'll put one in it that's better. But for now, I'm thinking that's the original. Guess we'll get this valve gear put back. So one of these and that. I did get new eccentrics. These little things. Got brand new ones. These are a little stiff though. I also had to drill that hole out just a little bit bigger because the shoulder on the screw didn't want to work. What do you expect from genuine Chinesium? Now we got to worry about the timing part of it. I think that might have it right there. Yep, that's it. Okay. There's one side done. We'll get the other one done now. Okay, so we got both those valve gears reinstalled. I run these in the ultrasonic cleaner too. They turned out pretty good. Okay. And now we got to put our drawbar and our rear truck. This goes under here. Like that. And then comes up and around like this. Sets into place, and then this Slides up on here. Okay, yeah, this is a complication. Alright. I'm pretty sure it was this little screw, and the long screw is at the front, because that front truck has a lot of play that it has to do. Alright. And all these little wheels up. Well, here we are. I think it was pretty good. It's all black and shiny. I went over everything and just tried to get the black out of those details. But I think that's not a bad looking locomotive at all, considering. So let's go on ahead and take it and put it on the track. Alright, well, it run pretty good. She had some cars pulling behind it, coaches. It runs really, really good. I'm glad I finally got one of these in my collection. Been wanting one for a while. Now I just got to find a place to put it. But I have a few ideas. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.